So we dive into the today's section. Now, from where we stopped last section, we actually stopped. We've done the logical test. We've done the test function. Now, I was trying to work on flash field. I was I was trying to work on flash field in the last section. Now, for flash field, which I was trying to work on, is where is and it's like it's bringing out some error. Uh, Reason for it is when I did not actually highlighted my text when I was trying to use the flash field. What am I saying here? I want to use the flash field in this column, and my flash field, I want to pick the first text here, which is Alice. I want to bring out Alice, Bob, Charles, David. I will come here and type Alice. When I type Alice, I will highlight all the cell which I want to flash fill. Then I will create on Control E. Control E here, it recognizes that what I'm trying to extract is the first word of each of the cell. So that is the reason. That is how flash fields work. But in some situation, if you don't use Control key, when you type the first one, once you type the first one, Alice, you go to the second one and type the second one. Trying to type the second one, you find out that he will bring it out because at that point he's trying to recognize that you are trying to type the first word in the cell. I want to type the second one, electricity, electronic, electronic, electronics, clothes. You see, when I start typing clothing, he now knows that the next one is grocery, next one is automobile, and the rest. Then I press on. I hold down my clothing, grocery. Hold down your control and press, oh, sorry. Then you press your enter. Or better still, go to the first one and use your control key. It's to understand what you're doing. So that is for flash fill, which is where we ended on last week. Now, what we'll be looking at today is the lookup reference. Lookup reference. We have lookup, we have Vlookup, HLookup, and also Xlookup. Lookup, Vlookup, and HLookup are functions that exist in Microsoft Excel from 2016 up to date. But Xlookup is a new function in Microsoft Excel. Now, how does lookup works? How does VLOOKUP works? How does HLOOKUP work? And how does XLOOKUP works? These four functions what they do is they do the same thing. You are using it to search for something. I have 200 people. I want to search for Mr. Allen from the 200 people. I am saying look for Mr. Allen from the 200 people. I want to look for Mr. Allen. I said look for use VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP simply means vertical lookup. That is simply means look to the right. HLOOKUP means look from up to down. While Xlookup simply means you can look elsewhere. You can look either to the front or you look to the back. Now, how does these functions work? Now, what I want to do, I want to look for electronics. I want to look for electronics, and if I could see electronics, if I use electronics, let me use, because if I use electronics, I have multiple items here. Let me use Ali. I want to use the name. When I get this name, I want that name to pop out the total sales for me. So what are you going to do? According to the function lookup equals to lookup. In the lookup, it said, what are you looking for? Lookup value. I'm looking for Alice. Alice, comma. Where are you looking from? I'm looking from this place. And what I want him to return for me, I want him to return total sales. So what I'm highlighting will be from what I'm looking for to what I want to return. If I want to return the quantity, I will highlight from what I'm looking for up to quantity. If I want to return the price, I will highlight from what I'm looking for to the price. If I want to know in stock if it is true or false, I will highlight from what I'm looking for to the in stock. Now I will close and press enter. When I press enter, don't forget I'm looking for Alice. And I said when I get Alice, Alice should give me the total sale. Now let's look for Alice, and it's giving me 21,996. This is Alice, and the total sales of Alice is what? 21,996. Let me put up a data validation here so that I won't have to start racking my head. Okay, so Alice. So let me infuse this here. Looking for this, enter. So which means if I come here and change from Alice to Frank, it should give me Frank is 2,412. Where is Frank? This is Frank. The total sales of Frank is 12,412. I want to look for the quantity. What is the quantity this person is buying? I will set equals to look up for this man, and I will highlight. Don't forget that what I want to return is the quantity. My highlight will start from what I'm looking for to the quantity. Close and press enter. So you find out that Frank, what is the quantity he purchased? When you look at Frank, he only purchased 3 because that is what I want to look at. That is for lookup. Now, VLOOKUP is a more advanced than lookup in the sense that you can look up for anything. Now, how does VLOOKUP works? Yes, VLOOKUP also start from what you are looking for, but you can highlight from what you are looking for, and I can highlight all this table. I can highlight all this table. But one thing was introduced into VLOOKUP, which is I have to know the column from which I want the result to come. That is, if I want total sales, what is the column where total sales is? And you have to recognize it by number. That is, you start. This is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, H is 6, and I, which is the total sale, is 7, which means I will insert the number 7. What am I saying? I said I want to V equals to VLOOKUP lookup value, what am I looking for? I'm looking for what is here. And if I see from where am I looking for? Table array. I'm looking from it from all this area. That's where I'm looking for it, comma. And it's telling you column index. It's telling you what column. I want to return the total discount which was granted to him. So which column is total discount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So total discount is number 8. I will put 8. And either true or false. If it is true, put 0, which is approximate match. When you close, click on enter. This is it. So the total discount given to Frank is 120, which is this. 120, which is this. If what I want to return is price, so it means that from this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my price is 5. My price is number 5. So where I have 8, I will replace it by 5. And when I press on enter, it gave me. So the price given to Frank was what? Where is Frank? Frank, the price is 804, which is same thing with what is here. Now, HLookup, like I told you, Vlookup will look to the right, but HLookup will look from the top to down. Will look from the top to down. So what am I talking about? Now, what I want to look for, let me use data value. Let me use equals to this. Now, what I want to look for, I want to look for total sales, which is equals to HLookup. HLookup, what are you looking for? I'm looking for total sales. Where are you looking for it from? I'm looking for it from this point down. If I can see it, what should I return? You now, when you are doing VLOOKUP, you talk about what? You talk about column. But when you're doing HLOOKUP, you are talking about row. So how many rows? This is 1, 2. I want it to return the 23. Row 23 answer and return approximate match and press on enter. When you look at it, this is it. What is the total sales? This is total sales, and row 23 is 288,654. 654. Now, for Xlookup, what Xlookup is more or less like simple than VLOOKUP because you just need 2 things. As I've told you, Xlookup, you can look from the right to the left. You can look from the left to the right to the left, and from the left to the right. But in VLOOKUP, you can only look from the right, from the left to the right. Now, but our Xlookup can look either way. Now equals to Xlookup lookup value. What are you looking for? I'm looking for this. Looking array, where are you looking for it? Oh, sorry. I'm looking for Frank. I'm looking for Frank. Where am I looking for Frank? I'm looking for Frank in this column. If I seek Frank, what should I return? I want the total sales column to return. You can see how simple it is. What are you looking for? I'm looking for something. Where are you looking for it? I'm looking for it in this column C. And if I could see it in this column C, what should I return? I should return information from column high. And I close and I press enter. You can see we arrive at the same thing as we've done in lookup. This is the same figure, the same amount we've arrived at. Likewise, let me see which information you can look from the right to the left. Assuming, let me see this. Okay, let me come to this. Okay, I want to look from this place to the left. So for Xlookup now, let me bring in, I want to bring in Alice Electronics. So Alice Electronics, I want to look, Alice Electronics is on this column. Where is it? It's on this column. And I want to return information on this column. I want to return the total sales. What am I going to do? You just say equals to Xlookup. This is what I'm looking for. Where am I looking for it? I'm looking for it in, I'm looking for it from this column. So if I could see it there, I should come to the back here and return, what did I want to return? Let me return the net sale. I close and press enter. And it gave me 20,896, which is the same thing with what we have here. So the difference between lookup, Vlookup, HLookup, and Xlookup is one. Lookup only deals with what you are looking for, and you start highlighting from what you are looking for to the point which information you want it to return. Vlookup is looking from the right to the left. It's looking from the left to the right. That is, you are looking for information towards your right. HLookup, you are looking for information from top to bottom. While Xlookup can look to the right, and at the same time, it can look to the left. Now, match. What does match does? What match does is that match will tell you the number of a particular thing you are looking for. What am I talking about? I want to look at what number is Alice Electronics from in this point. Now, I'm talking about match. I want to know Alice Electronic. What number is Alice Electronic in this column? So I can simply use match. So what you are doing is equals to match. Match what? Lookup value. What are you looking for? I'm looking for this guy. Where are you looking for it? I'm looking for it in this column. And when you see it, you should return +1, less than 1, exactly match. I want exact match, and I put 0 and I click on enter. When you see it, Alice Electronics, from what I've highlighted here, is the number 1. If I copy this, replace Alice Electronics here, replace Alice Electronics here. If else, he said it's number 5. Let's check. If else, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is in number 5. This Ivan what? Let's change this to it. When we change it, it's telling me it's number 9. Is it number 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So your match is used to identify the number of that particular thing you are looking for. Now, in in using your Vlookup and your HLookup, you can as well infuse your match into that formula. Instead of in the place where you have your column, 23, or you have your number 23, you have your your column 5 here. You can simply use your match function to replace it, which invariably it will automatically, for dynamic purpose. Now, what am I talking about? I want to replace this with a match function. It's just for me to say, instead of typing 5, match. What am I matching? What I'm matching is that what I want him to return is the total sale. Is this total sales? So I will say total sales. Where am I looking for the total sales from? This is where my highlighted data started from. This is where my highlighted data started from. That's the same place I'm going to start. So I'm going to highlight from this place to this place. And if I see it, I should return exact match and close my parenthesis. So with this, I click on enter. You can see it returned 2,415 because I said I want to return the total sales. Then I'm looking for Frank, and from this place to the end here. But if he can find Frank, he should give me the total sales. Now, let me change the total sales I have in this formula to discount. So I want to change this to total discount. Discount. And I click on enter. You can see here automatically it went to total discount and look for Frank. Where is Frank? Frank is here, and the total discount on Frank is 120 and 6. So that is match. That is match for you. Likewise, as you use the match in VLOOKUP, also you can use it also in HLOOKUP to determine the number. So this helps you to it helps you to make your data dynamics. Let's say let me put data validation here. Let me insert data validation lists, and I want this header to be here. Now, instead of typing here, I just decided to infuse whatever information I put here there. So here, let me pick my total sale. You can see my total sales has changed. When I pick my price, it has changed automatically. It will look for it in that array. Let me see my net sales. It has changed. Also, my description. You can see it brought what is there in my description. So that is how you can match. You can match your VLOOKUP with your match function. Your lookup. I want to look up for this name here. I want to look up for the name in this data and I want it to return total sale for me. So in that case, it's just simple, just set equals to lookup. You can see it here. What are you looking for? Lookup value. I'm looking for this. If you don't have it inputted in any cell, you can simply type it. And like I told you, when you are typing, if it is a text, you put it in a double quote. So I'm looking for Frank. So where are you looking it for? Lookup vector. Now this is the column where you can see Frank. If you can find Frank here, what did you want it to return? I want it to return the total sales. Then you align everything up to total sales. And you close and you press on enter. This is it. You see your Frank? Total sale for Frank is 2,412. That is for lookup. Simple and straightforward. Vlookup, vertical lookup, look from the left to the right, equals to Vlookup. What are you looking for? I'm looking for Frank. Lookup value. Table array. Where are you looking for? When I was doing lookup, I only highlighted from what I'm looking for to the point I want to return. But in terms of VLOOKUP, you can highlight more than that. Comma. Then it's telling you what will be here is that which of this column did you want to take your answer from? Did you want to take it from n? It means you are going to count from here. See, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. N is 12. So you put your number 12 here. You put your 12 there and you put or end with 0 and close. When you click on enter, it will give you Frank. Frank. Before Frank, what is in column N? Where is Frank here? This is Frank. And column N here, you have 114, which is the same thing as what you have here. HLookup. VLOOKUP look from the left to the right. HLookup look from up to down. So I told you that, okay, what are you equals to HLookup. HLookup, what are you looking for? I'm looking for total sale. Table array, where are you looking from it? I'm looking from here to this point, or whichever point to this point. If I see it, when you are doing VLOOKUP, what you put there is a column. But now I'm doing HLookup. What I'm looking for is in rows. So if I could see my total sales in this column, in this row, what row should I return? I want the total. And my total is here in 23. So I will put 23 here and end with 0 and press enter. And when you look at it, total sales, this is your total sales, and your row 23 is 288, which same thing as what you have here. Xlookup. In Xlookup, you can search your information from the right to the left and from the left to the right. As against what VLOOKUP will do. VLOOKUP can only search your information from the left to the right, which means if you have a data and there's information you want to search for and return what is on the left, it means you have to copy that information. For example, now, what am I talking about? I want to use VLOOKUP for this information. If I want to use VLOOKUP for this information, it means I have to copy every information on this column back to this side before I will be able to use VLOOKUP. But with Xlookup, I don't need to copy this information to this side. I can leave it anywhere. So in that case, I now said, okay, I want to look at my information here. And when I see the information, I should return my total sales, which is on the left. So the only function I can use is Xlookup, which is equals to Xlookup. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. Where am I looking for it? I'm looking for it in this column. If I can see it, what should I return? I should return the total sale. And I close and click on enter. So you can see IV Automobile. Let's see. IV Automobile is here. What is the total sales figure? The total sales figure is 13,176, which is the same thing with this 13,176. The last one on it is the match. I told you match here is used to count, to find the let me say the position of a particular thing. You use this to find the position of a particular thing. So I want to know what is the position of IV Automobile. I'll just say equals to match. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. Where am I looking for it? In the where it is here. And when I close it and press and when I see it, I should return exact match. So I click on enter. It's telling me IV Automobile is in number 9 of its category. Let's see if it is in number 9. IV is here. This is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's telling you it's in number 9. And lastly, what I've done here is that your VLOOKUP here, to make it more dynamics, I said instead of you typing your number of column here, you can replace that number of column with the match function. The match function itself will search for the number of that column. So in that case, where I have 12 here, I'll just put match. When I push match, what am I looking for? I'm looking for whatever is here, that is total sale. Where am I looking for it? I'm looking for it from this place to this place, because the data I've highlighted in this function is from this place, is from C to N. So when you are using your match function also, where you are searching for information should be from that particular point C to N. So if I see it, I should return exact match. I will close my parentheses and I will click on enter. So by itself, it will definitely search for it. So we are looking for Frank. When we see Frank, we should give the total sales. Let's see Frank. Frank is here. What is the total sales figure? 2,412, which is this. If I decided to, it's not total sales I want my what did I want? I want my total, the quantity. So I will click on quantity here. In the formula, automatically, it will change it and pick the number of column where quantity is. And let's see, Frank, what is the quantity for Frank? Frank is where is here. And the quantity for Frank is just 3. So this is how Vlookup, HLookup, and match can be combined. So have I clarified your question?
Yes, sir.
All
Thank
right.
you very much,
Any
sir.
further question before I move to the next one? in the absence of any question, I want to move to date function. The date function here is just trying to automate your date. Now, you have a date function known as today. Today simply means you want to know the date of that particular day as it specifies. What is today's date? I'll just say equals to today. You can see, just open the bracket and close and click on enter. What is today's date? 12/4/2025. Automatically, it recognizes it. We have another function known as now. That says I want to know what time, what day are we now, and what is the time at the moment. Now we give you the date, and at the same time we give you the time, which is equals to now. Open your bracket and close it and click on enter. You'll find out that what you are saying 12/04/2025. Then it's telling you you are currently or in 107. 107. 107. So the difference between today and now is the time. Now, tomorrow, if I come and open this workbook and this function is still there, the date I will be seeing there would be tomorrow's date, because tomorrow is today as at the time I'm opening it. Today as at the time I'm opening it. Now, your date here is simply how did you want your date to look like, equals to date. When you are typing this thing, it tells you what year, 2023, what month, 10, what day, 13. You close and you click on enter. That is your date, because that is what you inputted. You said it's 2023, 10, and 13, which is your date. Now, year, month, and day. Year is used to extract the year from a formula. The month is used to extract the month, and the day is used to extract the particular date. And what am I talking about? Equals to year. The only thing I want is the year of this date. I press on enter. You can see 2025. I want the month. Months. I click on this, close. 4. And I want the day. And I click on this and I close. It gave me the day. Now, this is showing 4. But did you know that, okay, it is 4 in this, but I want it to return either January, February, March, April, May, June. What did I need to do? I just need to introduce something to my formula to the function, which is known as text. You just come to the back of, or come before the mode, put text. Put on text. If you put on text, it will now ask you what format. It's month I want. I will just put M. When I put 3M, it will just give me, just when you have Jan. If I want full month, I will put 4M and I will close and press on enter. You can see it gave me January. But if my M is just 3, it will give me what we know as Jan. And lastly, on the date function. Is date diff. This is also a new function in Excel. And this function help you to know the age, to know the difference between two dates. One person is somebody is born in 1960. They are asking you, please, what is the age of that person today? And you start thinking, you start counting 1960, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. Why do you need to bother yourself? What you just need to use is the date diff function. And how does it work? This date diff function is not available in most of the Excel. So when you are typing, when I was typing day the other time, it brings the function out that okay equals to day. You can see it brought it out. But this date diff is not, you can't find it in some of the Excel. Some have it, while some doesn't have it. So you need to know this offhand for you to be able to know it. Now I want to see 13, 10, 20, 1960. As of today, I want to know how many months, how many days, and how many years is anybody that is born on this day. I want to know how many days has a person spent, how many months has he spent, and how many years. What did I have to do? Equals to, first of all, this is today's date. This is when the person was born. So this is equals to date diff. You can see that even when I was typing, it doesn't bring it out. But because I know it, I open. Then what am I looking? What is your first date? Your first date is this. What's your second date? Your second date is this. Then what did you want to return? Did you want to return the year, the month, or day? I want to return the year. If I want to return the year, I will just end it with Y and close and click on enter. And it gave me that the person as of today is 64 years. This is for the year. I want to return the day equals to date diff. Open your bracket, this and this, then my month, your M. So, and close the bracket and enter. So the person have used 773 months. How many days? Equals to date diff, first date, second date, then I want it to return day for me and enter. So the person has spent 23,557 days on Earth. Now that brought me to a function, a formatting. Now, when you come and you see this is 64, this is 773, this is 23,557. But I'm telling you that this is 64 years, 773 months, 23,557 days. So how will somebody that is not here will be able to know this is what I'm doing, I'm saying? So in that case, I want to format my data in this cell. And what am I going to do? That is, this, I want it to show 64 years. I want this to show 773 a month, and this to show 23,557. And that is where custom formatting comes in. Custom formatting. And when I'm talking about custom formatting, I want to format this cell. I can click either on fonts, on this arrow in font, alignment, or number. Anyone, it will give me the same table. This is it. Now, In this now, I will come to, you see that what I've selected 64 is what you are seeing in sampling here. I'll come to custom. When I come to custom, I now want to format it the way I wanted. I can now decide to, let me see, what am I going to do? I'm clicking on this. I clicked on this and I come to look at here where it's showing this type. I come here and I can simply put there. I'm talking about year. Come here and type my year. You will see that under the sampling here, it's revealing 64 years, which means to that information, I've added years to it. So that's the reason why it's showing me 64 years here. What I will do, I'll go to my to OK and click on OK. You can see here, you can see 64 years. That is, there is no information I type in this cell. It will come in years. If I decided to type 5 here, it's ordinary 5, and I click on enter, it will give me 5 years. So the same way I've done for this, the same way you do or we can do for this, and just come to our custom formatting, come here and say, come here and put months and click on OK. It's showing month. You come here also and do same thing, custom formatting, come to this and click and set this. So you click on, then this is showing 23, no comma. I will come to, okay, let me look for the one with comma. Okay, let me do this. Let me click on OK. So this is days, and I will come here and show number. Let me show number with this. I come back and do it, custom formatting. Okay, let me use this. Months, I'll be days. This. And I click on OK. So you can see now, it's showing 23,557 days, 773 months, 64 years. So this is how you can customize your formatting of your input data. We have what we call, we have some other functions which I decided not to put here. EOD, EO months. I did not put it here because it's not meant for data analytics. It's used for financial modeler. So I don't want to be labeled with some function. I want to limit it to what we actually that is useful for us as a data analyst, for you to be able to analyze your data or to work on your data. EO month here, what the EO month means is end of month. That is what EO month means. End of month. That is what it means. For example, now this is 1204. Let me say I said equals to EO month. This is the months and O. So you can see this is end of April. I'm referring to this date, end of April. I put 0 because I want that particular month. That particular month end is what I wanted. If I want the month end for 2 months after this, I will just, instead of 0, I'll put 2 there. and I'll put on enter, it will give me, this is April, May, and June. So it's giving me the date for the end of April or for the end of June, 2 months after this particular month, which I'm in here. So I think with that, for the date function, we've tried to do justice to it. So here on the month and return of the exact month name, I will come back on this to us in the next section. I need to check what actually happened. Why is it returning January and not April? Now, after this, the only thing I will teach us today is go seek. After this, what I intend doing is when I send a mail in the first section, I shared 2 documents with you. I shared this document which we are working with, this workbook, and I shared a PDF file. Where I'm going to now or after this is to to bring in data from a different source by using Power Query. And using of Power Query is that's the reason why I shared that file in PDF with you. So, but in the next section, because this class was meant to end by 1:30 and this is 1:31, because I'm actually going to another section at the moment. So in the next section, what we are going to work on, I will clarify these months and why it's bringing January and not April. So what do we need to do to ensure we have the actual information? Then from there, we'll go to Power Query. With our Power Query, how we can import information into Excel from other sources, either from PDF or you have data in different Excel that you want to bring together into just one workbook. How can you use Power Query to bring together those information? Hopefully by next section we are going to look into it. The next section, the date it will be, I will post a poll on the group, so we will all vote when we want the next section to be. It might not be Saturday, it might be Friday, so it will be between Friday and Saturday. The next section will be between Friday and Saturday, because Friday is a public holiday. That's why I'm suggesting Friday or Saturday. So we will suggest which one we want to. So either Friday or Saturday for the next section. So we are going to vote whichever day we choose. We have the next section. But in the next section, as I've said, we are going to learn what we call Power Query. And when I'm talking about Power Query, under your data here, you can see this part, which I'm actually my mouse is, where you have get data. This is what we'll be using in the next class. How will you be able to bring in your data from either, you can see get data from file, from Excel, from either text or CSV, from XML, from PDF, or from anywhere. How you can import. Some of us in our offices, our banker, they send us our bank statement in PDF and we want to work on it using Excel. Now we have to start typing, or in one way or the other, we just find way of copying and paste, copy and paste. How can we do it to import it from the PDF without going to online to convert it? Some of us, we go online and use PDF converter to convert it to Excel before we can use. How can you make use of your Excel to import that data from that PDF right away into your Excel? That is what we'll be looking into in next section.